The Kelstein House, known in English as the Eagle's Nest, is a mountaintop retreat built for the Führer of Germany back in 1938, located in the southern tip of Germany in the town of Berchtesgaden. It is one of the few remaining buildings in the private estate for the party elite of the time. Secluded and high up, the Eagle's Nest boasts excellent views of the landscape it surveys, all while sitting in luxury. When I was visiting Salzburg, I took the time to go and experience this slice of history, and you're going to join me. If you want to visit the Eagle's Nest, you can't drive up to it, so it is from this car park where you can get tickets for a bus that will take you up. You can visit the Eagle's Nest without a ticket. The catch is that you have to walk. What you're paying for is the bus ride up and back down again. If you want to hike the trail, it has around an 800 meter altitude change from the car park. Apparently it's not too difficult as the route is paved, and you can even opt to buy a one-way bus ticket so you could hike up and then take the bus back down. The bus that is going to take us up is driving along a 6.5 kilometer long road that was built in 18 months and cost around $250 million when adjusted for inflation today. I found it interesting that the buses on this route are electric. I don't think it's to just be eco-friendly, but to not have gear shifting and to have additional power when going up the mountain road. 4 buses queued up with passengers before departing for the 20-minute drive up to the Eagle's Nest. The track is quite narrow, it's only wide enough for 1 bus at a time, so 4 buses together go up in convoy. Around the midway point of the drive, buses going down wait in a siding, giving way to buses coming up. The higher up you go, the more steep the track becomes, and the drop becomes more and more treacherous. And the turns are also extremely tight. After the drive, you are at a small car park where you're dropped off by the elevator entrance to the Eagle's Nest. You can look into the archways and you can see etchings made by Allied soldiers on the doors and the frames for this tunnel. From here, you walk 126 meters into the side of a mountain. You can feel the air getting colder the further you venture inside. Interestingly, when high-ranked people would visit, they would be driven straight into the tunnel. The driver would continue all the way down to the end and let the occupants out. Then the driver would have to reverse all the way back to the exit. Now we have arrived before the infamous golden lift that would take us up 124 meters to the Eagle's Nest. The lift isn't actually made with gold, but with polished solid brass. Also, these benches in the waiting area used to be inside the lift, but now have been moved out into the waiting area, I presume to make more standing room. Hitler had a fear of the elevator attracting a lightning strike, which turned out to be justified as 2 strikes had happened during construction, though nobody told him. It was at this point I saw a sign saying no photos, so I chose not to film in the lift. So, after coming out of the lift and turning left to go outside, you are treated to this lovely view. Let's continue on to the main outdoor dining area. A little uphill walk away from the Eagle's Nest, there's a cross that was installed in the 1950s. Walking up here gives you a nice view over the nest. In the later stages of the war, with Allied air raids getting worse in Germany, anti-aircraft gun emplacements were installed up here. And even days before the end of the war, the RAF did several bombing raids with the Eagle's Nest being a target. The nest managed to remain unscathed from these attacks. Let's now talk about the inside of the Eagle's Nest. Starting from the outdoor sun deck, as we walk along here, on our right hand side we have plaques with information about the history of the Eagle's Nest. At the end of the walkway we enter into a smaller room that I've heard referred to as the Eva Braun room. This connects onto the reception hall. This is the iconic room. With its panoramic windows overlooking the valley below, it's rather cozy with its booth seats tucked into the window areas. There is also the ornate fireplace, which is red marble donated by Mussolini. When American soldiers arrived here in 1945, they etched their names onto the frame, which is added to the history of this place. With the Eagle's Nest explored, all that's left is to enjoy a coffee and a slice of cake before descending once more. I didn't think that much on my coffee, but the cake was nice, and the view was outstanding. It was at this point some clouds began to roll in, thus signalling that it was time to leave. When you purchased your Eagle's Nest bus ticket, you were issued a bus number, departure time, and return time. Mine gave me a return time of 2 hours after reaching the nest. When you arrive back down at the Eagle's Nest bus terminal, a short walk through the car park is the documentation center, which is free admission with the Eagle's Nest bus ticket. This is also where you can visit the tunnel bunker network for an additional fee. The car park area is where the SS Guard barracks used to stand, In the later stages of the war, a tunnel network was constructed to aid in the defense of the area, but no final last stand ever happened, and Allied soldiers took the place without resistance. Inside the documentation center is information about the rise of the party and how it affected the people. It's said that Hitler didn't like the Eagle's Nest, and it is documented that he only visited 14 times, maybe because of the coffee. He preferred to stay at the Burghof, a residence lower down in the valley. That house was destroyed post-war. I think it was worth visiting the Eagle's Nest. It was interesting learning about the history of the place. The bus ride up with its hairpin turns and the narrow road felt like part of the experience, and I wouldn't want a cable car or people mover to replace it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about the Eagle's Nest. Have you been there? Do you plan on going there? Let me know in the comments down below, I'm always reading them. Anyway, take care and I'll see you in the next video.